Well, yesterday we went ahead and we went up there to Tatum, New Mexico, and we left early and we got there in plenty of time. We drove around all over the place. We drove all over town. We drove around the outskirts of town. We drove in every direction, all around all the back roads, the farm roads, the ranch roads, the county roads, every road we could find. We went up and down and around everywhere out there in that country. And there was no sign of that house. I think it's gone. I don't think it's standing anymore. And the country out there is so desolate and so bland. It all looks the same everywhere. So there's no changes in the landscape to where you could mark off a location by saying, oh, you just go to such and such area where it looks like this or that. It all looks the same. So I think the house was just so old it got rotted down or was torn down. Maybe it had an electrical fire and burned down. Who knows? But I don't think it's standing anymore. And we drove around and looked and looked and looked and looked and looked until it got dark and we was wore out. So we rented a little motel room. It was the only motel in town. Real old place, but thank God they had remodeled it. So it was decent. And we got us a good night's sleep. And we came on back today, back home. So that's the end of that. I'm disappointed, but yeah, it's just the way it is, you know. I really wanted to see it for the sake of memories there. And I wanted to document it by doing a YouTube video of it. But it just is the way it is, you know. It was really nice of my husband to drive me all the way up there and then drive all around out there looking for it. My husband was really good about helping me like that. I have a good husband. I'm really blessed with a good husband. He's a gift from God. And I'm not just saying that, he really is a gift from God. And I appreciate him so much. I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful to God. And, you know, one of these days, we won't be in this world anymore. It won't matter the houses that we lived in. It's not going to matter. And our loved ones that have passed away, we're going to be with them again in heaven. So, you know, we won't be searching for reminders. You know, we won't need reminders because we'll all be together forever in heaven. So Instead of looking backwards in time, we need to be looking forward. It's okay to remember the past, it's okay, and to cherish memories, and to know where you started, and to realize things that influenced you in different ways, and to understand, what things that happened and how things affected your loved ones, and all this and that. Some family history is very interesting. It's good to know, and you teach those things to your kids and grandkids, and have some family history, because people need to know where they came from and their family history. It's a good thing. But it's hard for me right now, because right now I'm going through the disappointment of not finding that house, and I really had my heart set on it. But with God's help, I'll just have to accept it. I just not going to get to see that house. It's not there anymore. It's not there. And I think I'm going to try to make a little dollhouse replica of it, as best I can from what I remember of it. I've made Barbie doll houses before, so I know I can do it. So I think I'll do that. And you know what else I might do also? I think I'll make a birdhouse that looks like it. It'll be real simple. It was a rectangle-shaped house with a flat roof. And it had that front porch on it with the arches in the front. That'll be real cute for a birdhouse. Be simple and cute for a birdhouse. Oh, on the way back home, we stopped at a Family Dollar store in a little bitty town. I forget the name of it. I think it was called Eunice. Little bitty town. And the most exciting store in that little town was Family Dollar store. That's how small that town is. But we went in there to get a few things that we was needing anyway. And they had some real cute little bird houses that were like little campers. So I bought one. We're going to hang it in the tree outside of our kitchen window so we can see them. And we're going to hang our bird feeder up and put some bird seed in it and enjoy watching the birds. Oh, I love that. Watching the birds. Oh, one thing interesting about up there in New Mexico is we didn't see any buzzards. We didn't see any hawks like we see out here in West Texas. We didn't see any buzzards. But we did see a lot of crows. A lot of crow birds. And we saw one kind of a bird. I don't know what kind of bird it was. It had a big body with long legs and a big, it was a long, skinny, curved beak on it, long. I don't know what that was. That was cool. And on some of them ranches out there, outside of Tatum, some people have antelopes. So we saw some antelopes. And one had gotten over the fence. It was in the ditch near the road, so we got a close-up view of it. It stopped and it looked at us. We stopped the truck and it stood there and looked at us. Oh, it was so pretty. Beautiful, cute, graceful, sweet creature. That was a treat. Well, okay. I think I better pull the charger off of this phone while I'm recording this. Okay. But anyway, now that's real desolate country around there, around Tatum. Oh man, a lot of that country up there in that area of New Mexico is desolate. It's ugly. It's depressing. I was joking around with my husband. I said, if somebody wanted to start a town out there and come up with a name for it, they could call it Desolate New Mexico. It would be a perfect name. And then Paul came up with a slogan for it. He said, if you want to go nowhere, come here. Man, I would not want to live there, in that area. I would not. It's so desolate. It's awful. Oh, it's just awful. And the towns were ugly. But the people were real nice and friendly, easygoing, real nice people. I mean, you never felt like you was meeting strangers. It was like you were meeting friends for the first time. I really liked the people there. Of course, people out here in West Texas are friendly too. I like friendly people. That's the way we're supposed to be. It's the way the world is supposed to be. And that's one thing I like so much about small towns is the friendliness of the people. Small towns. That's the way life's supposed to be. Harley was here by himself while we were gone. It's the first time he's ever had to be all by himself in the house while we was going somewhere. But my husband had called ahead at the local motels, and they all said that they wouldn't allow dogs in the motel room. So we just put out extra food and water for Harley and left him here. And he was okay. He was sure glad to see us when we got home, though. But anyway, that's it. That's the update on the old house in New Mexico. I don't think it's there anymore. It's just a memory. A lot of real old places out there. Real old places. But anyway, I'm tired out after all that riding and Paul driving, and Paul's tired and I'm tired. So we came home and went to bed early. Little honey. Well, good night, y'all.